Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Jessica Tellian, the host of a Stronger You podcast, where I help you expand your mind so you can become a stronger version of yourselves. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hello, how are you? I am beyond excited for this episode today. I think I've said this in all my episodes so far, but this one is special. This one is special because these things that I'm about to share with you, 10 things I've learned from sitting in a room with multimillionaires. I'm about to share with y'all some tea. I'm about to drop some codes. I'm about to share with you guys things I've learned from being in these rooms with these highly successful people. And they're not successful people because they did something just to get a quick flip, okay? They have a business led by love, led by their passion, led by life, led by God, led by the universe. And that is how they've made their income. They've become abundant. They've built these amazing lives that they love. So let's get into it. First thing, they focus on building a strong foundation. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I actually just posted something on my story today, and I'm going to read it right now. It's not about how fast you can execute something or put something out. It's about building a strong foundation, because without a foundation, a strong one, it won't grow to the possibility of where you believe it can grow to. The reason why it's so important to build a solid foundation is because if the core doesn't grow, how is anything on top of it supposed to grow? Just like your body, if you don't train your core, the most important body part to train, how are your arms going to get stronger? How are your legs going to get stronger? Your core is what holds you physically together. If you're building a business, the foundation, how you start it, the employees you hire. If you're starting a relationship, the core foundation, the connection of a friendship, of a relationship is so important. You don't just get married, you get to know each other first. You build that foundation. Something I learned from my mentor was the health of the seed determines the growth of the weed and the fruit it produces. So what does that mean? The health of the seed, the core, the foundation, the roots determines the growth of the weed. It's just like plants. If you don't have a strong seed, how is anything else going to grow on top of it? How are you going to get these leaves? How are you going to get the new growth? If you don't have fertile soil, how is it going to grow? Number 2, they do not ask others to do something that they haven't done. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sure you're noticing I'm looking down. I am prepared. Yeah, you think I could just I could come up with 10 off the top of my head, but I've prepared myself for this. So they don't ask others to do something that they haven't already done. And I've learned this from plenty of people in my life, specifically some personal trainers that I've hired, some entrepreneurs that I work with. And if they can't do it, or if they haven't gone through it, I'm not going to trust them to train me. How am I going to believe someone who hasn't gone through it? And so here on my podcast, I am only speaking on things that I've personally gone through. And I've gone through a lot. So I am excited because we're going to have thousands of episodes. Another thing I've learned is they hire a team, and not just any team, a team that aligns with their core values. So what do I mean by that? One person can't do it all. And I used to think that. I used to follow these certain people on social media that only preached about they did it all. Like, I don't have any support, and they'd be proud of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I honor them for doing all that hard work. But that got into me at a young age. Like when I started, my Instagram was when I was like, shit, I got to do it all by myself, because that's what these people I'm following are saying. And I didn't have an example in my life who showed me what healthy team looked like. And so I've learned this from teams I currently work with. who are filled with multimillionaires, who are filled with people doing exactly what they love, that they just don't hire someone random off the street just because he's good at what he does. They have to align with the team. And anyone I hire for my business and my brand to support me with this must be aligned. I'm not going to hire someone who doesn't believe in the things that I'm saying, someone who doesn't believe in me, who doesn't believe in themselves. And it goes both ways. We want each other to win. Like anyone I bring in, I want them to freaking win. I want them to learn from me. I want them to live their life and live out their purpose and their gifts. Also, having a team, I've learned that they consciously delegate. Girl, these are such codes because I've never seen a podcast, and I watch a lot of podcasts. I've never seen anything like this. No one talk about this. And consciously delegate means they give tasks to certain people consciously, very awarely. That's not even a word, or maybe I just made it up. The next one, which I kind of already spoke about, is they want their friends and their family to win. Again, when I started, I had these, they weren't mentors. They were just people I looked up to, and they didn't talk about like their team winning. And so I didn't know this until I went through it. Next is they lead with love. And I want to tell you this. If you want to know someone's intentions, just listen cautiously to their words, because they will tell you. They will tell you. They'll tell you without telling you, if you know what I mean. The heart, love, is the highest frequency in the world. Okay? So if you lead with love, you can only imagine how far you'll go. They have mastered the art of patience. I wish I had more to say on about this other than they've learned that being impatient and rushing things and getting things out doesn't always work well and doesn't always go in the direction where they want it to. Be patient. Take your time with things. Do it the right way. There is no rush. Girls, there's no rush to do anything in this world. Everything will come to you in the right time. There's thousands of people out there for you. There are thousands of opportunities out there for you. You don't have to rush to get something done, or you don't have to rush to get something. Everything that is aligned with you or for you will come to you. Believe that. Oof. Something else I learned is they do not think short term. They think long term. All of their decisions are for the long run. What do I mean by that? If they can make a quick flip, they're not going to do it. They think of what am I doing now that's going to support my business in the long run for my goals. And you work backwards. Bam, bam, bam. So the things I'm doing now are supporting the long run. Ooh, this one's good. Multi-millionaires do not wait to feel ready to start. They don't wait to feel ready to work toward their dreams. They take action and they do it. There is no perfect time to start than right now. And I will tell you this, when it comes to my podcast, I was waiting for the perfect time. This has been in the process for 4 months. And you know, I've been doing back-end stuff, so there's a reason why it took so long. When most people they have an idea, bam, they execute it. Or that's what Instagram wants us to believe, instant gratification. With that being said, I took my time with it. But there was a time when I looked at myself and I said, Jess, what are you waiting for? Just start filming, start recording, start. If you wait for it to be perfect, you are going to be waiting forever. I was like, I got to wait for my photo shoot. I got to wait for my brand art to be done. I got to wait for my website to be done. I got to wait for my logo to be done. When, hello, I could have been recording the whole time. And when you put yourself in the energy of it, things just start to flow. And that's exactly what's happening. So, yay. In order to manifest your goals and your dreams, you have to take action. There's no other way. A lot of people talk about manifesting like, oh my gosh, I'm going to manifest $1 million. I'm just going to wait here for it. No, honey. There's so much more to it. And that is a whole nother episode. But in short, we act on it. You act on it. Act on what you want to manifest, and it will come much sooner with ease and grace and effectiveness if you also ask for it that way. By the way, I'm saying they a lot. I'm referring to the multi-millionaires, okay? I'm also referring to myself because a lot of this is really about me. Not about me, but like I relate to it. Hey, that's awesome. Claps to growth. Millionaires, people, successful people, they don't just take. They also give. It is a universal law. Without giving, you don't receive. You get what you give. You give 100%, you will get 100%. Karma. These are universal laws that are science and they are not made up. And so what I've learned is that they don't just take. They're not greedy. You can only give as much as you receive, and you can only receive as much as you give. And if you want to learn more about that or learn more about balancing the masculine and the feminine energy in business and life and everything, give me some feedback. Leave a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, or send me a message because I will make another episode on that. Okay, last but not least, multi-million blah, 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 blah. Do people put those in like on podcasts? Do people put like mess ups, like tongue twisting? Because I'm human. We're all human. We all do it. I'm going to leave that in there. Anyway, multi-millionaires value and protect their energy. If these things I've said sound like you, congratulations. You are in the same energy as successful, loving multimillionaires who lead with love and passion. How does that make you feel? Seriously. And if these are not yourself, but they feel like that you can become that and you want to become that, not for anyone else, not for any bad intention, but for you and your good intentions, babe, sister, brother, whoever's watching this, go for it. Grow for it. Grow for it. Anything is possible. Be conscious of who you hang out with, okay? Because you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with most. Multimillionaires are also very conscious of what they invest their time and their money in. Just because you have it doesn't mean you need it. Just because you have $1 million doesn't mean you just spend. There's such a misconception about people who have money in this world. And this might be a pretty controversial, is that how you say it? Controversial subject to touch on, but I'm going to do it anyway. People say because you have money, you should like spend it on everything. Spending money is you spending your time and your energy, and it's you investing in things. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it. Or just because you have it doesn't mean you need everything. That is all for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you're tuning in on Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for watching this. If you're tuning in on YouTube, if you are on YouTube, hi, leave a comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share this with a friend who needs to hear this. Share this with your bestie, your boss babes. If you're listening to this, please, I would so appreciate it if you could leave me a review, and I will see you guys in my next episode. Bye.